Okay, so there's a function which is native on newer Texas Instruments calculators, but is not native on older Texas Instruments graphing calculators, namely the newer Texas Instruments TI-84 plus CE, represented by this emulator here on the left. That has the function that I'm talking about, whereas the older TI-83 Plus, for example, does not have this function. All right, but let me first show you how I fixed that by first showing you what it does natively on the Texas Instruments 84 plus CE. So the first thing you need to do is go into your list editor and have two lists of values, okay? A list of X values and a list of Y values. Then you go into the tests menu and you go down to almost to the bottom, and there's this test called LinRegTInt, not the t-test, but the t-interval. And click enter. And this is where you put, your list of X values, your list of Y values. You put the confidence level. So we'll have a confidence level of 95%. And you hit calculate. And what it gives you is it gives you this 95% confidence interval around your slope of the line of regression. Okay. It also gives you the correlation coefficient, and it gives you the standard deviation of the error, which is used for finding outliers in scatter plots. So this function is not native to the older calculators, okay? But you want to kind of pretend that you're going through the same steps. So you'd go to stat, it turned off. So you'd go to stat, go to the list editor, and you put in your list of X and Y values, just like on the newer models. And then maybe just to prove it to you, let me go to the stat button. And if we go to tests, and you can see as we scroll down, you see there's a LinReg-T test, but there isn't one that says LinReg-T interval. Okay, it's missing. It doesn't have it. Instead, what you do is go to the program that I wrote and that I installed on your calculator. So hit programs and go down to the one that says LRTINT83. So linear regression T interval 83. This 83 is something I put in there to show that this program runs on everything from a TI-83 on up. Okay, so if you run that, hit enter again, and it's going to ask you for the same things that the previous one did. So let me just kind of maybe prove that to you. Oh, I'll quit that. So if I go to stat, tests, do this one, okay. So the first thing it asks you is for the list of X values. So I'm going to put list 1 there. Then it asks for the list of Y values, which is what the native one did. Then it wants a confidence level, which is what the native one asks for. Okay, then it's going to say, please wait. So it's going to take a while, and you can see it thinking in the upper right-hand corner. I'll come back over here to the newer model and hit calculate. It's a little faster. Okay, so you can see the TI-83 is still thinking about it. This emulator also simulates the amount of time it takes, for the calculator to work this stuff out. But it'll still work. There we go. So here it gives us the interval. So you can see we have the lower bound number for the interval around the slope, 0.71824, which is the same as 0.71824. And then we have the upper bound value for the interval around the slope of the line of regression of 8.93655, which is what we get here on the newer model. Then I give you the line of regression equation here, and I'm using it in the same format that I've been teaching it, where the letter A is the slope in front of the x variable and B is the y-intercept. The newer model calculator kind of has those A's and B's reversed. Okay, but you'll see that the slope of 4.827 is the same on both calculators, and the y-intercept is the same on both calculators. The correlation coefficient is given here, correlation coefficient is given there, and the standard deviation of the error of 16.412 is the same down here as well. Okay, so I did my best to create a program for older calculators that would give the same information as the modern ones. All right, now on this calculator, the old one, to get out of this, you need to hit enter once, and now you're ready to go. So you can just hit clear and just keep going. All right, let me know if you have any questions.